Sorry, the screen hadn't quite stopped shaking when it started. Okay, welcome. Hope everyone's doing really well while we're all stuck at home. I wanted to make a series of videos to help get you through this a little bit easier. You know, you guys can all figure this out, but some of these things aren't easy. And even if you've done a little bit of them before, sometimes it's really helpful to have a face that you know kind of walking you through this. So bear with me. If you've got any questions, give me a call. In case you're wondering, my number is 4716. Okay, it's not really my phone number, but it's a phone number that forwards to my phone number, so close enough. So you guys actually get to start with solving by substitution. So you've done a little bit of this, but not enough that I felt like it was pretty solid. So the first thing I ask for you to do is just read through the sort of directions on how to do these, and then kind of put them into your own words, make a few notes on for yourself. So the step one is solve an equation for one variable. Okay. Well, often they already have one of them solved for one variable, but sometimes they don't. Second is to substitute. What does that mean? Put the equation solved in step one into the other equation. Basically, we're trying to get down to one variable, one equation. Step three is to solve. Well, we've done a lot of that. There's a reason we drill that so early in the year. Finally, plug back in to find the other variable and write the solution. So let's actually see what that looks like in person. So let's start with the first one, just as a nice warm up. So I'm going to have y equals 4x and y equals negative 2x minus 6. Now, hopefully you guys can see this. It's not perfect, but it's not too bad either. That way. There. Okay. So here's the setup for this. Now you'll see that both of these are actually already solved for y, so step one is already done. Now we're going to sub in. Now if I had to choose one of these to solve, I'm choosing this one. This one's a little bit simpler of an equation. It's going to make it a little neater. So I'm going to use this equation and I'm going to rewrite it so that anytime I see y, I'm going to write the 4x instead. This is why we call it solving by substitution. Now we could just graph these two lines, but graphing sometimes takes a lot of time and it's not always as precise as we want. And besides, this is algebra class. We want to learn how to solve it algebraically. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say wherever I see y, I'm going to write the 4x equals negative 2x minus 6. And now I'm just going to solve for x. Step 3 is solve. So 4x, negative 2x, I'm going to add 2x to both sides. And I get 6x equals negative 6. So x equals negative 1. Divide both sides by 6. So then I'm going to plug that back into the original equation all the way at the top and get a y value equals 4 negative 1, or y point is negative 1, negative 4, which is, of course, the answer 1. So you'll shade anything number 1 red. Let's do the last one because I think that one's a little bit interesting. And I really want to show you guys how this works. So the last one, by the way, those two answers stand for no solution or infinitely many solutions. And that can happen with these, and I want you to show you why. Now, no solution means the two lines don't touch at all. Infinitely many solutions means we really only had one line, and I just wrote them in two different ways. So let's find out which one this one is. So I have this equation, y equals 2x plus 4, and y equal, and 6x minus 3y equals negative 12. Just to amuse you guys at home, because you know me really well, I actually screwed this whole video up the first time and realized I hadn't actually copied the equations down right. So now this one, again, we already have this solved for y, but if we didn't, we could solve for y. So now I'm going to rewrite this equation, and anytime I see y, I'm going to write 2x plus 4. Let me do it this way because I write faster this way. Turns out I've learned how to write upside down in math, but not sideways. So now I have 6x minus 3 times that whole mess, 2x plus 4 equals negative 12. So now what do I do? Well, this is why we practice this in the beginning of the year. I'm going to distribute this negative 3, and I'm going to get 6x minus 3 times 2x is negative 6x, minus 3 times 4 is negative 12 equals negative 12. This is probably going to be a hint that something's gone a little wrong here. And wait, 6x minus 6x is 0, and minus 12 equals negative